Hello, everybody.
Good afternoon. Thank everybody for attending. My name is Patrick Dyer. I'm the chair of the Complaint Review Committee of the Process Server Certification Advisory Board. I now call this meeting to order. At this meeting, the committee members will discuss and consider the complaint, the answer, and any other materials that have been submitted. In addition, our investigator, Ms. Amy Smith, has submitted her reports to the committee. We will then vote to determine whether violations and sanctions are appropriate or recommend to the commission that a complaint be dismissed. This is an administrative process, not a trial, but each side has been given the opportunity to present their position in writing to the committee. The members of this committee have already read what has been submitted, so there is no need to simply repeat what has already been said. If the committee determines that you are in violation of the commission's laws, you will be mailed a notice of violation letter and you will have the opportunity to respond. There is an additional step if your case is dismissed. Your case will be presented before the commission at its commission meeting. The commission will vote to approve or not approve your dismissal. The meetings of the commission are open to the public and you will receive notice of them. We will now proceed with item number 1 on the agenda. Item 3 on the agenda in the matter of Ms. Dial, case number 0540. Ms. Smith, could you please summarize your report for this item?
Yes. On February 16th, 2023, Robert Burleff, the complainant, filed a complaint against Catherine Dial, the respondent, alleging the respondent filed a false affidavit of service, claiming that she had personally served the complainant when she had taped the documents to the reception booth. The respondent denied the allegations and stated she served the documents to a woman who stated she could accept the papers on the complainant's behalf, and both parties are here.
We did find violations in this case, committee members, Code of Ethics section, subsection A, and we're recommending a reprimand and that the respondent complete a 7-hour pre-certification civil process service education course within 6 months from the date of the final order. If the respondent renews her process server certification with the commission by December 31st, 2024. If the respondent does not renew her process server certification by December 31st, 2024, the respondent must pay an administrative penalty of $300 no later than 6 months from the date of the final order.
Okay, do we have the parties present?
Yes.
Is Ms. Dial there?
Yes, sir, I am here.
Okay, I have reviewed your complaint, and in the return of service, you state that you personally served Robert Burleff. That to me doesn't jive with being told that Ms. Molina could accept service on his behalf. Can you explain that to me? Well, first off, did Ms. Molina tell you that she could accept service on his behalf?
He did say that she could accept service on his behalf, but in my affidavit, I state that I served it to Burleff and Associates. And whenever I served it to Miss Molina that day, she did state that she could accept on his behalf and would ensure that he would get it.
Did you give it to her then?
Yes, sir, I did. I did not at any time tape any documents to the window or whatever they stated.
Well, okay, I understand your point there. It's just that if you're giving service of a citation on someone and the person that you're talking to just says, I'll accept service on his behalf, that's not good enough service. Do you understand that?
Yes, I understand your point. Yes, sir.
Okay, and that's a problem here because your return of service says that you gave it to someone who said they were accepting its service on his behalf, and that's not good service. So that's why the complaint has been made. Do you understand that?
Yes, I understand.
The other thing I notice on the return is that you state that you received the general precept to be delivered to Robert Barleth and Associates. And then the next paragraph, you say you delivered an original precept to Barleth and Associates. Okay. In one instance, you're referring to a private, or excuse me, liability company, and then in the other, you're referring to the individual. Which one did you serve?
I served Barleth and Associates, PLLC.
Okay. You are aware that the precept had both, correct? Both the individual and the PLLC?
I don't have a copy of that in front of me.
Okay. Do any members of the committee have, well, before we get there, is there anything you would like to respond, Ms. Dial, that you haven't already submitted to the committee?
No, sir. I submitted the amended affidavit. I submitted my statement in regards to the day of service. Whenever I handed the document to Miss Molina, I sent in a photograph of where Miss Molina sits, where it indicates that she is suite 200, where I also sent in a photograph or a screenshot of Barleth and Associates' usual place of business, which would be that location at suite 200.
Okay. Do you understand that that's irrelevant here because you've already admitted that you had improper service because you served it to somebody who just said could accept service?
I was just stating what I had sent in, so I don't have anything further than that.
Okay. All right. Members of the committee, do you have any questions that you'd like to address with Ms. Dial, please?
I have one. How was it that an amended affidavit was filed?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the question.
How was it that an amended affidavit of service came to be filed with the court?
I accidentally did a typo in my certification number. It's 16107, and I did 16707 whenever it was typed out. So I did an amended return to correct my certification number.
But I believe that a motion would be required for that. Was that done?
No, I did not file a motion. I just filed an amended return that was accepted by the court.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions or comments? Do we have the respondent present?
This is Robert Burleth. I think you meant the complainant, not the respondent.
I'm sorry. Okay. Did you have anything you wanted to add?
I did not. My comment is that there is no way she could have served me or anybody from my office there. That is just a mailing address only. We're a debt collections law firm, and so obviously sometimes people are not very happy with us, and so we have a building receptionist. That's all Miss Molina is. It's just a building receptionist. She's not a representative of Barleth and Associates, and she would not have said that she could accept service. She might have said, I could give him, if you have a package for him, I'll put it in their box. But that's the extent of what Miss Molina would have said and normally says when somebody tries to deliver something to it. With that said, I do believe that the person that retained Miss Dial for services is a deceptive person in general, and I believe that she may have been subject to some of his persuasion. He has since been declared a vexatious litigant. He's a known con man. He's a convicted sex offender, felon. He's got millions of dollars in judgments and unpaid liabilities. So I suspect that where the rubber meets the road is that he convinced Miss Dial to produce a false service and that he could try to capitalize on in the Tarrant County Court. and that's probably the catalyst behind this, not necessarily Ms. Dial.
All right, let's keep to what we have complaint. I move to adopt the prosecutor's proposed violations and sanctions. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Are we missing one?
Sounds like a
Okay,
great
so I've got
guy.
3 ayes. Do we have any nays?
I didn't hear justice.
I didn't hear justice.
Aye.
Okay, so that 4.
Aye.
You're muted, Carol.
Sorry. Yes, aye.
Okay, so we've got 5. The ayes carry it. To Ms. Dial and Mr. Burleth, y'all are free to stick around for the rest of this telephonic hearing, or to go about your day as you normally would. Thank you for your attendance and your assistance in resolving that. We now move
Thank
to
you.
Thank you.
Be safe. Be well. Sleep sweet and much love.